Hello everyone, my name is Odessa Manguan and I will be your UCSP teacher. That's Understanding Culture, Society and Politics, and this is our lesson for week 1. Culture. What is culture? It's a way of life for a certain group of people. It's the customary beliefs, social forms, and material traits of a racial, religious, or social group. Also, the characteristic features of everyday existence, such as diversions or a way of life shared by people in a place or time. Or simply put, it's a set of shared attitudes, values, goals, and practices that characterizes an institution or organization. Society. Society is a community of, or a group joined because of sustained bond and interaction. It's the aggregate of people living together in a more or less ordered community. That's you and me and everyone else together in one community. Politics. It refers to the process that determines who shall occupy roles of leadership in government and how this power shall be exercised. All right, and all activities associated with the governance of a country or other areas, especially the debate or conflict among individuals or parties having or hoping to achieve power. One good example is the House speakership issue, which was all over the news. You can read all about it. And then cultural variations and social differences. Cultural variation refers to the rich diversity in social practices that different cultures exhibit around the world. Say, we might be dancing the tinikling or cariñosa here in the Philippines, but in some other places they dance the flamenco in Spain, that's from Spain, or waltz in Austria, or we use hands to eat while other countries use knives and forks. All right. Social differences. It refers to the dissimilarities among the individuals that is based on their social characteristics and qualities. Say, as the saying goes, birds of the same feather flock together, and those who loves dancing would have peers who loves to do the same. Those who play mobile games stick together. People who likes to chit chat would group themselves and thus creating groups with social differences. And another social difference that's very obvious is the line between the rich and the poor. That's where the modern socio-economic classes come in. We have the high income class, people earning an average of 200,000 a month or 2.4 million a year. The income class, people earning an average of 36,000 pesos a month. And the low income class, people earning less than 10,000 a month. All right. Um, People, there's this popularly that's why we have this famed Tatsulok, all right, and we even have a song for that, all right. Ethnicity or ethnic group, it refers to a group of people who have a common or shared culture, language, history, religion, and tradition. Example: Filipinos, Muslims, Americans, Europeans. And then we have race. Race refers to a group of people who share the same physical attributes, skin color, height, facial features. This is more on the shared physical traits of a certain group. And then human beings are classified in three major races. If you would check online, you might be able to find the four or five, but I got the three major races instead. We have Caucasoid, Mongoloid, and Negroid. All right. Caucasoid are mostly white and they have European features. Mongoloids includes Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, and American Indians. Well, Negroid are the race with dark skin color. All right. And then ethno-linguistic groups in the Philippines. There are more than 180 ethno-linguistic groups in the Philippines, which are based on the language each group use. And there are eight major ethno-linguistic groups in the country. We have Ilocano, Kapampangan, Pangasinense, Tagalog, Bicolano, Ilonggo, Cebuano, and Waray-Waray. Truths about race and ethnicity. Racism is discrimination or prejudice based on one's race. Say you saw a man or a woman with a dark skin color and you start name calling him or her negro or ulikba. That's one form of racism. Ethnocentrism is discrimination or prejudice based on one's culture. Say you saw a man from another country and at the back of your mind you think that they don't take a bath every day, or that they eat a different kind of food so they don't smell good, all right, they have a different odor, and you try to exclude them from your group or from an activity. You don't welcome them at your home. That's discrimination or prejudice based on one's culture. Ethnocentrism. And then genocide. Genocide is the elimination of a group of people from the same race, ethnic group, religion, or nation. And that's an attempt to wipe out a group of people. And the one example of this is the Holocaust from Hitler's time, when they tried killing all the Jews. And it's horrible, but it happened. And then we have ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing is the harassment, rape, or forced migration of an ethnic group to banish them from a certain area or territory. Um, this happens even in our country now, if you would remember the issue about the Lumads. And then we go to religion. Religion is a set of practices and behaviors that relate to a group of people, or a group of people's belief in a god or a group of gods. Variety of religion. There are many religions around the world. Among the major religions in the world are Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Taoism, and Buddhism. To those conflicts brought about by differences in religion, the key word here is respect. Alright? People, we have respect, we have to respect one another. And respect entails a conscious effort of acquiring cultural knowledge. To each his own. Let them do what they want so that they let us do what we want. Exceptionality. Exceptionality refers to a characteristic of a person that makes him or her different from the established norms in the society. There are people who excel in what they do, mostly famous people that you can think of: Einstein, Tesla, Shakespeare, Beethoven. Exceptional people are individuals who differ from societal and community standard of normalcy. Existing categories of exceptionality are behavioral, communication, intellectual, physical, and then multiple exceptionalities. I guess this is the best of the best because they have a lot of exceptionalities. We go to nationality. Nation is a large aggregate of people united by common descent, history, culture, language, and economic life inhabiting a particular country or territory. Nationality is a person's automatic membership to a specific nation. It can be because of blood or if you were born in that land or country. Citizenship is a person's political status in a city or state. Filipino nationality. The Philippine nationality law is based on the principles of jus sanguinis, or right of blood, as long as you have Filipino blood. Statelessness is not having a nationality of any country. Most stateless person or people are considered refugees. One good example are the Syrian refugees who had to flee their country because of war. Social, political, and cultural behavior and phenomena. And I believe you are aware of this lesson, since this is in your module. So let's try to review what you have learned. We have social phenomena. This are the individual, external, and social constructions that influence a person's life and development. Food taboo is an act of prohibiting the consumption of certain food and drinks. Standby or standby. This refers to a person who has nothing to do or who is jobless or lazy or someone who does not make use of his time in productive and sensible activities. And then marriage is the legal and formal union of a man and woman as partners in a relationship. Then we go to phenomena. Political phenomena are not only limited to public office, as this also include how institutions like school, church, or companies uh, that are ran and governed. All right, we have this term na politika na. All right. Remember, politics is conflict among individuals or parties having or hoping to achieve power. Elections. Election is the formal and organized process of electing or being elected. Political dynasty. It refers to a family in which several members are involved in public governance. This is much prevalent in the Philippines, and if I'm gonna ask all of you, I believe you would be able to identify one or two families which belong to a political dynasty. All right, I'm sure you're all aware of this. Political candidate endorsement by a celebrity. This is when a political candidate seeks help of a well-known or influential personality in a campaign, in the hope of gaining favor or votes. Cultural behavior, or the bandwagon effect, is that event when certain individuals behave a certain way merely because other persons do as well. Say, for example, when everybody got a rebond, and then you follow because that's what everybody does. That's one example of bandwagon effect. All right. Cultural phenomena happens when something or someone gains a widespread popularity, like uh, the Tala Dance Challenge, right? The Tala Dance Challenge, which was an old song actually, but it was popularized later after 3 years among Filipinos, and everybody was dancing the Tala dance, alright? That's cultural phenomena. Popularity or fan base is the state of being liked, admired, or supported by many people. Alright, social media buzz. Alright, social media buzz is very prevalent among us. Alright, you and I, we do social networking sites where many people are members, and we interact with each other, with other members. Social media buzz. So we are all part of that system, especially now that we have a pandemic going on and everybody's online. Everybody went online, all right? Social, political, and cultural change. Social change is the transformation of social institutions over time. People, let me just remind you, nothing is constant in this world except change, and that doesn't exempt society, all right? Cultural change is the transformation of culture or the way people live. Political change happens when the rulers of a country lose power or when the type of governance in the country changes. This usually happens after the elections, all right? When newly appointed officials are in place. And then the communication is a vital human process. Through this, people exchange information and thoughts. Communication is very vital. Transnational family is where one parent, or in some cases, both parents lives and works in another country while the children remain in their country of origin. OFW's scenario, which is common among Filipinos. You're all you are all well aware of that. Volunteerism is the use of it or involvement of a volunteer or free labor in community services, and local public services are provided by the government to people living within its jurisdiction. Mechanisms of changes. We have diffusion. This is the process through which the cultural traits of one society are borrowed, transmitted, and adopted by another one and considered as its own. Examples are migration and globalization. This is just like how the Malays migrated here in the Philippines from a long time ago. That some Filipino words are similar to Indonesians because Malays are from Indonesia. All right. Invention. Invention is the process whereby new cultural elements are created to solve social and cultural problems. For example, the internet. Ayan. That's very common. Internet. We had to go online since there's a pandemic going on. Discovery. Discovery is the process whereby we recognize or gain a better understanding of already existing elements present in the environment, like scientific research. Alright? The study of culture, society, and politics. Social science. It refers to a group of academic disciplines that study human aspects of the world, particularly those involving behavior and society. Anthropology, sociology, political science are a few of the areas of study. Anthropology is a social science discipline that study humans and their society in the past and present. Anthro means man, pology means study, so that's basically study of man. All right. Forefathers of anthropology. We have Marcel Mauss or Mauss, Franz Boas, A.R. Radcliffe Brown, and Bronislaw Malinowski. All right, those are the forefathers of anthropology. Please read all about each person's contributions. Political science. Political science is a social science discipline that deals with the systems of government and the analysis of political activity and political behavior. And here are some great names who made important contribution in this field. So please read all about them. Niccolo Machiavelli, Thomas Hobbes, Montesquieu, and Jean Bodin. All right. Niccolo Machiavelli is popularly known for the Machiavellian theory. The end justifies the mean. Simply put, it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you get the result. All right. Sociology is the study of human social relationships and institutions, and these are the founders of sociology: Auguste Comte, Herbert Spencer, Emile Durkheim, Max Weber, and Karl Marx. Again, please read all about them and their contributions. And goals of anthropology. These are self-explanatory, people, so please uh, read all about them as well. Thank you, and God bless you all.